Good morning, everyone. Here we are, another Monday. So, as we begin, I invite you to tune into your body and modify accordingly to where you're at this morning. As our first spot on the mat, we're going to be in seated easy seat. So, whatever that means for you in this moment. For me, it means having my legs crossed, but they're not stacked, they are staggered, one in front of the other. And you can also be sitting on a block to lift your hips a little higher. So from your comfortable seat, taking one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, we'll begin by listening to breath. Listening to the rhythm of your breath and the sounds around you. Soaking it all in. You can notice the sensation of temperature on your skin, the tops of your shoulders. And you can notice your lungs filling up with air, oxygenating, flowing through your body. You can take 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and out with a sigh. We'll do that together. I take both hands to my heart center and invite you to take a moment here to set an intention for your practice and for the rest of your day. When you're ready, releasing your hands from your heart and circling them in a big sweep all the way around and up overhead. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Left hand comes to right knee. Inhales to rise a little taller. Exhales to twist a little further, looking back over your right shoulder. Next inhale brings your arms sweeping up to the sky. And exhale, turning over to the left side, right hand to left knee. Staying for 2 to 3 more breaths, gazing out over your left shoulder. Inhale to sweep your hands up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. And then walking yourself out into a child's pose. Palms in front, knees wide, toes together and hips back onto your heels. Extending your arms long, reaching, wiggling fingers, softening through your shoulders. Taking forearms to the mat, still with your hips on top of your heels, sweeping right arm up to the sky. Big inhale here. And exhale to thread your needle Sending your right arm through the space between your left knee and your left elbow. Extending your left arm long overhead on the mat. You can continue this stretch by circling your left arm into your hip crease on your back. Right hip crease for the bind. Letting your head grow heavy and your shoulder on the right, opening up with each breath. Inhale, circles your left arm up overhead and down to the earth. Forearm lands. Sending right arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, both forearms to the earth. Finding child's pose for one breath. Landing forearms to the earth again. Sending left arm to the sky this time. Twisting open. Inhale. Exhale to thread your needles. Sending left arm through right side. And again, the option is there to find the bind by circling your right arm into the hip crease on the left side behind you. Taking a few more breaths here to land. Circling right arm up tall and long onto the mat in front of you. Forearm lands, left arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, both forearms to the mat. Forehead to the mat. Rocking side to side for yes and no. Walking your hands back to meet your knees. Bringing knees together, palms to the earth, and tucking toes behind you. Finding all 10 toes on the mat. Sitting back onto your heels. And bringing your torso and shoulders stacked on top of your hips for broken toe pose. If you'd like, you can have a blanket underneath your hips or underneath your knees here for support. Circling your arms in a big arching circle until they reach up overhead. Hands come through heart center. Releasing your palms, bringing them into a bind in a fist at the base of your spine. Rolling your shoulders up and back. Taking your fist over to the left side. And your head can drift over towards the left side as well. Left ear to left shoulder. Or if doesn't need to touch, but in that direction. Creating a wide open space on your left side, side of your neck, along your shoulder, and your right arm. Breathing into this space you're creating. Last breath here. Exhale, release the bind through center, keeping your hands in a fist, rolling shoulders up and back. And then bringing your fist over to the right side. We'll do the other side this time, bringing right ear close to right shoulder. And inviting spaciousness on your left side body, starting from your ear all along the side of your neck, arm, and hip. 2 more breaths here. Bringing your head back up through center. Bringing your bind through center as well behind you. Releasing your palms. Finding one long reach with each hand behind you. Flying arms. Exhale, bring them around and in front of you, reaching for your shoulder blades on your back, giving yourself a hug. Tracing the outline of your shoulder blades. Just for one breath, and then opening up wide. Remembering which arm was on top last time, doing opposite arm on top this time. Giving yourself one more squeeze. Finding the borders of your scapula once more. Inviting a little self-massage in this moment for your shoulders as you open them up wide. Exhale, hands come to the mat, untucking toes. Ooh, might be a little creaky this morning. And patting out tops of feet. Sitting back onto your heels, bringing palms facing forward and landing behind you. So your arms are supporting you as if you were about to go into a reverse tabletop, but your knees and hips are still to the earth. Lifting, with the option to lift your hips off of your heels for 2 breaths, finding a counter stretch. Strong through your neck. Exhale, hips lower. Hands walk in. Coming to a tabletop with hands in front, about shoulders distance and knees under hips, hips width distance. Head rises, tail rises. Inhale for cow. Exhale, head drops, belly lifts for cat. Finding 3 more rounds of cat and cow with your breath, moving 1 breath, 1 movement. Finding any other small movements along the way that support your practice. That might be barrel rolls or head shaking. Last round. Coming back through a neutral spine. Bringing knees 1 inch further back than they just were. And with elbows tucked, lowering with knees to the earth, all the way chest to the earth. Hands under shoulder blades. With the inhale, finding a lift from your heart. Shoulders roll up and back for baby cobra. Last inhale, finding a little more lift from your heart. Engaging in your low back as you exhale to lower. Bringing arms long by your sides, bending through both knees, windshield wipering them side to side. And gently coming through center, finding stillness, and reaching with 1 hand at a time for the outside of each ankle. Finding a moment to bring your heels close to your body, as close as they can. Chin comes through center. With your inhale, pressing your feet into your hands, lifting from your heart. For bow. Engaging in your low back, opening up through your chest and heart. 3 more breaths. Letting your shoulders roll open, opening up through your heart. Last inhale, finding a little more lift. As you exhale, release and lower. Hands come back under shoulder blades. Pressing up onto hands and knees for one breath. Tucking toes, coming into a high plank. Finding one breath. Puffing up through your shoulders. Hands are right underneath shoulders. Lowering halfway, elbows tucked. High plank to low plank. Untucking your toes, the flats of feet are to the earth. Lifting from your heart for up dog. Exhale, sending hips up and back, tucking toes for downward facing dog. Spreading through your fingers, giving them spaciousness. Bending one knee at a time, pedaling out your dog. You might find your head shaking yes and no here. Finding lift through your tiptoes, rolling forward like a wave into high plank. Bending through your knees, sending your hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, lifting up to your toes, rolling forward like a wave into your high plank. Bending through your knees, sending them up and back, downward facing dog. Last time, tiptoes lift you up tall. Finding your movement forward, high plank. Bending through knees, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Shaking out your head, giving a big sigh when you're ready. Looking forward, tiptoeing all the way to the top of the mat. With feet, hips width distance and arms long for forward fold. Making your hands into little fists and patting them along the outside of your calves. Awakening your legs gently, being soft around your knees, and then rising up into your thighs on the outside. Coming into the fronts of your thighs. Gentle around the knees and to the inside of the shins. Shaking out your hands, shaking out your head. Taking one hand at a time under each foot so that your palms are faced up and your toes are pressed into your wrist crease. Finding a long back here. Thighs to belly. Last breath here. Exhale, release one hand at a time. Halfway lift when your inhale arrives for a long flat back, hands to thighs. Exhale, release and lower. With arms long and knees slightly bent, finding a rolling all the way up to center, one vertebra at a time, coming into standing. Chin comes up last. Shoulders roll up and back. Feet are right under hips. Palms can face forward. Good morning to Tadasana, mountain pose. Starting with our arms down low, and then bringing arms up overhead for an alternate version of Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms parallel and framing your face. Finding strength here. Sending yourself a kind thought and returning to your intention. Arms reaching tall overhead. And then gripping your palms together, pointer finger points, reaching over to the right side. Stepping left foot behind right for crescent side moon bend. 2 breaths. Bumping your hips over to the left side. Inhale rises you through center. Uncrossing feet. Redoing the grip in your fingers so it's the opposite direction. Pointer finger points. Inhale to lift and exhale to reach over to the left side. Right foot crosses behind left. Two more breaths to open up on your left side body here. Inhale, rising up through center. Undoing the bind in your hands, undoing the cross in your feet, rolling your wrists both directions up overhead. Inhale lifts you up onto your tiptoes, fingers point, head looks up, toes and fingers are lifted. Exhale, hands through heart center. Finding one breath here, connecting you. Circle sweeping arms up overhead, hands through heart center, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, both hands to the mat, stepping back 1 foot at a time, high plank. Lowering halfway or all the way for up dog or cobra. Finding an inhale here. Exhale, sending hips up and back, toes are tucked for downward facing dog. Bending through both knees, looking forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, stepping to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release and lower. Rolling all the way up through center. Arms lift up overhead. Hands to heart. Circling all the way up overhead, inhale. Hands through heart center, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back 1 foot at a time, high plank. Inhale to puff up. Exhale to release and lower halfway or all the way for up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Full breath here. Looking forward, bending through both knees. Exhale, stepping top of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, release. Rolling all the way up through center. Head comes up last. Arms to the sky. Hands through heart center. Keep sweeping your arms all the way around, up overhead. Inhale. Hands through heart center, dropping down. Forward folds. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to release and lower. Hands to the mat, stepping back, high plank. Puffing up through your shoulders, inhale. Exhale, release halfway, elbows tucked or all the way for up dog or cobra. Tucking toes, sending hips up and back, downward facing dog. Building heat. Bending through both knees, looking forward, step or hop to top of mat. Forward folds. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Rolling all the way up through center. Arms to the sky. Hands to heart, exhale. Full round of breath here. Circle sweeping arms to the sky. Hands to heart. Heel toe, feet to touch. And circling your arms to the sky, finding a lift through your fingertips. And exhale, sitting back into Utkatasana chair. Taking a moment to set up here. Toes are lifted, heels are stacked with knees on top of heels. Low back is long and flat. Coming into what we'd call a neutral spine. If we were doing cat and cow, that's where you're at with your spine in this moment. Not flexed and not extended, but right in the middle. Arms reaching long over in front of you. Toes are so soft, you can even lift them. And look down and make sure you can see them. From chair, lifting through your fingertips. Inhale, exhale, head drops, arms sweep up and back as heels lift, drinking bird. Exhale, heels lower, arms lift, chair. Inhale, drinking bird. We'll find a flow here. Head drops, arms sweep back. Exhale, arms come forward, chair. Last time, drinking bird, head lowers, heels lift. Exhale, coming back through chair. Staying for the full breath. Arms come out to a T. Lifting your right knee and foot off of the ground, hovering here, like you're the Karate Kid for a moment. Then crossing right leg over left, wrapping all the way around, finding eagle legs. Wrapping right arm under left for eagle arms. Lifting from your elbows, bringing your forearms further from your face. 3 deep breaths here. First, unwrapping your legs, stepping back for high crescent lunge legs, keeping eagle arms. Lifting a little taller. Exhale, releasing your eagle arms, framing your face, pointing arms up to the sky. High crescent lunge. With back heel lifted. Front knee bent, hips facing forward, finding your strength, returning to your strength. Sweeping left arm down and back behind you for twisting to the left. Bringing your arms back through center, up overhead. Baby back bend, cactus arms, exhale. Arms sweep up overhead. Opening up, warrior 2, back heel lands, points slightly forward. Arms come out to a T and hips are opened up wide to the long side of your mat. Flipping your front palm and hinging at your hips, inching forward. Lowering your hand to the earth or hovering on the inside seam of your left leg. Right arm to the sky, extended side angle. Climbing an invisible rope straight up, reversing your warrior. Left arm to the sky, right arm to your hip crease behind you. Arms come back out to a T, circling right arm down and in front, returning to high crescent lunge with back heel lifted. Exhale, both hands come to the mat, lowering your back heel, back toe untucks. Inhale to lift arms up overhead, Anjaneyasana. Cactus arms, baby back bend. Arms lift. Hands to the mat. Tucking back toe, lifting back heel and knee. Planting down through your right hand, left arm comes to the sky, simple twist. Both hands to the mat, stepping back to high plank. Puffing up through your shoulders with the inhale, exhale, elbows tucked in by your sides, halfway lift for up dog or cobra. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Looking forward, bending through both knees. Stepping or hopping to the top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, long flat back. Exhale, release and lower. Rising all the way up through standing. Hands to heart, exhale. Heel, toe, feet to touch. Arms sweeping up overhead, landing parallel to your ears. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale to sit back to your Utkatasana chair. Looking down for your toes, making sure you can find them. Tucking your tailbone under, lifting from your heart. Finding our drinking bird flow. Exhale. When you exhale in chair, inhale, drinking bird. Head drops, arms lift back behind you. Knees lift. Exhale, back to chair. Arms up overhead, sitting back into your chair. Inhale, head drops, heels lift, drinking bird. Exhale, coming back through chair. Last time, head drops, heels lift, drinking bird, arms sweep back. Exhale, chair. Arms come out to a T. Balancing on your right foot this time. Karate Kid, lifting your left knee and foot off of the ground, arms to a T. Crossing left leg over right, wrapping it all the way around or halfway for eagle legs. Crossing left arm under right, eagle arms, lifting from your elbows. Sitting back into your chair a little further. Last breath here. Stepping back, unwrapping your left leg so you can step back with left leg for high crescent lunge leg. Back heel is lifted. Front In the front, your arms are still wrapped in eagle for a moment. Finally, unwrapping your eagle arms, lifting them up overhead for high crescent lunge. Front knee is bent, back heel is lifted and stacked over your toes. Sweeping right arm back behind you, twisting open to the right. Looking back over that right shoulder if you'd like. Sweeping arm back in front of you, high crescent lunge. Baby back bend, cactus arms. Arms up overhead. Exhale, land. Opening up, warrior two. Arms out to a T. Hips are to the wide part of your mat. And your back left toes are pointed slightly forward with your heel landed behind you. Front knee is bent. Arriving. Flipping your front palm, hinging at your hips, inching forward. Lowering your right arm to the earth, a block, or the hovering inseam of your right arm, your right leg to right arm. Left arm to the sky, extended side angle. Lifting through your ribs. Looking up to your left hand, climbing it like an invisible rope, reversing your warrior. Right arm to the sky. And left arm can come to the hip crease behind you for the bind. Both arms come out to a T, returning through warrior two, circle sweeping. Left arm back in front of you, pivoting on your back toes to lift your heel, high crescent lunge. One more inhale, arriving. Exhale, hands to the mat. Back heel lowers, back knee lowers, toes untuck, arms lift. Anjaneyasana. Cactus arms, exhale, baby back bend. Arms lift up overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. Back knee lifts, toes tuck, landing your left hand to the mat, right arm to the sky. Simple twist. Both hands to the mat, stepping back to high plank, puffing up through your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, lowering halfway or all the way. Elbows keep tucking in. Up dog or cobra. Inhale. Exhale, sending hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog with the inhale, sending right leg to the sky. The option to take scorpion, bending through your right knee, stacking knee over hip. When you're ready, stepping through for low lunge. Landing left hand to the earth, simple twist, right arm to the sky. Both hands to the earth, rising up and opening up, warrior two. Arms out to a T. Front right knee is bent. Taking a bind behind you in warrior two, so that your left arm is into your hip crease. Looking forward, And stepping forward so that your right foot is in front, pointing forward. Right hand is to the right corner of your mat. Gaze is down. Finding balance with your left leg in the air. Finding our way slowly into half moon balance. You may use a block here under your right hand. Or you can practice with no supports, finding a hover and a lift. This is something I've been playing with recently. And that is exactly what I welcome everyone to do, is find playfulness here. As you open up through your shoulders, find different props. See what feels open and accessible to you today. 2 more breaths in half moon. Slowly finding both hands to the mat. Hips through center. Left leg stays lifted for standing split. Hands to heart. Finding warrior 3. You might feel the burn in your right leg this time. You can totally do it. Warrior 3 to standing knee raise. Left knee in front. Torso up through center. Rolling shoulders up and back. Breathing. Using your left hand as support, bringing your left foot to your inner thigh or calf for tree. Hands to heart center. Left knee is turned out. Extending through your branches. Embracing the movements of this moment. Gently, slowly bringing hands through heart center. Raising your left knee in front. Softly lowering both feet to the mat. Pedaling out your legs as you circle your arms up overhead. Forward folds through center. Halfway lift. Exhale to release and lower. Stepping back with your right foot into a low lunge. And then pivoting so that you're facing the right side of your mat. For wide-legged forward folds, hands can come to ankles from the outside. As head points down to the earth. Attempting slowly to bring hips forward so that they're in line with heels. Walking hands out in front. Dropping down with your left shoulder. Coming back through center. And dropping your right shoulder down, looking over to the left. And back through center. Slowly walking your hands back through center and through your legs, pointing them back behind you. With hands under shoulders, finding a long flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Turning on your front
your left knee, coming back to that low lunge. Stepping back to high plank, lowering halfway or all the way for up dog or cobra. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Sending left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Opportunity to bend through your left knee, finding scorpion, lifting your knee a little taller, leveling through your shoulders. Coming back through three-legged dog, looking forward and stepping forward, low lunge. Planting your right hand to the sky, left arm up overhead, simple twist. Both hands to the mat, rising up and opening up, warrior two. Back heel is landed, front knee is bent, and arms to a T. Circling right arm to the hip crease behind you. Looking forward, preparing for half moon balance on this side. It might look different than the other side. Finding your top left corner of the mat for your left hand to join for a hover, to meet a block, or to point and reach as you balance with just your left leg as support. Lifting up through your hip socket. 2 more breaths. You got this. Both hands to the mat when you're ready. Turning hips to point down. Right leg to the sky, standing split. Hands to heart, lifting from your heart. Warrior 3. Right toes are flexed behind you. Finding the lift from your low back and your heart, as we did in bow earlier in the morning. Finding knee raise, right knee in front. Using your right hand to support your right leg and foot, coming into your inner thigh or calf for tree. Using your arms to extend and branch out. With your knee turned out and your heart open. Perhaps you're gazing out at trees and finding embodied movements to mirror them. Final 2 breaths here. Hands through heart center, releasing your foot down to the earth to meet the other. Pedaling out through your legs. Circle sweeping arms to the sky. Forward fold. With feet touching, finding the center of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Bending through both knees, toes out and heels touching. We'll find crow hops. I'm going to demonstrate how to do this if this is perhaps your first time doing it. You can take a block and step your feet on top of it like you're on a tiny little pedestal. Same thing with toes out and heels touching. Hands are as wide as they can go. Widest setting for hands as you land them to the earth, mat distance. Fingers spread wide. Finding the crease in your knee, the bend, and sending that bend into your elbows. With your feet up on their pedestal, you're lifting them a little taller, so it gives you an easier lift to find crow for balances or hops. Taking 5 deep breaths here with balances or hops in crow. Continuing with your deep belly breaths. Slowly lowering, removing the block if you have one. Coming into a low lunge with your right foot in front. Heel toeing your right foot over to the left side. Lowering right knee to right wrist. Finding a lift through your knee behind you. Back toes are still tucked for one breath. One more deep breath here. Exhale to untuck back toes, lower back knee. Stacking your shoulders on top of your hips, rolling them back, finding proud pigeons, arms reach back behind you to fly. The option to bend through your left knee, reach around for the inseam of your left foot with your left hand. Reaching right arm out in front of you. For full pigeon. Softly releasing your foot, both hands come to the mat, and slowly lowering yourself to the mat for half pigeon extension. So many options here. I'll give you a few of them as ideas. You can bring a block under your forehead like this to help create a long flat back and support as you land into this spot. Palms can be face up or face down. You can have them face down if you'd like some more grounding in this moment. And face up for openness. Wherever you are, whatever supports you're using, invite yourself to be soft and gentle in this moment. And invite ease into your hips. You can also use a blanket under your right hip here, or a block if you need a little more support to the earth. 3 more breaths. Slowly walking yourself up through center. Finding one more proud pigeon, arms reach back. Hands to the earth, back toe tucks. Back knee lifts, sending right foot to the sky, 3-legged dog. Option for scorpion here, bending through right knee. If you want to take it one step further, you can flip your dog by sending right foot all the way back down to the earth. Right arm reaches long up overhead, hips are lifted. Both toes pointing to the back of the mat. come out of that, both hands come to the mat. Pivoting on your left foot, returning to three-legged dog. Bringing right knee into the chest, hovering. And then sending it through, crossing through, so that you're on the outside of your right foot, the inside of your left foot for shooting star, left arm to the sky. Hips are lifted. One big belly breath here. Both hands come to the mat, three-legged dog. Right leg is lifted. Both legs to the earth. Feet to the mat, downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Bending through your left knee, finding scorpion. Leveling through your shoulders. Knee is lifted, stacked over hip. Heel comes in closer to your glutes. Last breath here. Three-legged dog. Stepping through low lunge. Heel toeing your foot all the way over to the right side. Lowering right knee, lowering left knee to left wrist. Keeping your back toes tucked, knee lifted. Finding a full breath here. Stack heel and knee lower. Circling right arm around and behind you to reach for the inseam of your right foot. For full pigeon. Left arm can extend long. Finding both hands to the earth, releasing your back foot if you have it. And arms reach, sweeping back behind you. Proud pigeon, flying arms. Hands come to the mat, slowly walking yourself out in front for extended half pigeon. Same options on this side. You might take a blanket under your right or left hip or a block. You can also use a block under your forehead and have your palms oriented in the direction that feels most natural to you in this moment. Welcoming that the two sides may feel different in this moment to you. Landing here and arriving for 4 more breaths. Finding extended arms, walking yourself back up through center. Finding one more proud pigeon, arms fly behind you. Hands to the mat, back toe tucks. Sending your left leg up and back, down, three-legged dog. Finding your scorpion, if it's in your practice in this moment, bending through your left knee. The option to continue with this stretch by finding your flip dog, landing your left leg to the earth, both toes pointing to the back of the mat. Left arm reaches to the top of the mat. Looking down to your right palm, left hand lands, sending left leg, three-legged dog up to the sky. Left knee comes into chest to hover. Sending it through to the right side, landing onto the outside of your left foot, inside of your right foot. Right arm to the sky, shooting star. Hips are lifted, one more breath. Both hands to the mat, bringing your knee into hover, sending it up and back, three-legged dog. Both feet to the earth, downward facing dog. Rolling forward with your heels lifted, rolling forward to high plank. Bending through your knees, finding the wave shape, sending your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Last downward dog of the day for this practice. Softly lowering knees to the earth wide, toes to the earth touching, and sitting your hips onto your heels for child's pose. Rocking forehead back and forth. Then walking hands back towards your torso. Sending your hips to the earth. Heels to the top of the mat. Finding a staff pose with your shoulders rolled up and back. Long flat back, toes are flexed. With arms long out in front of you. Chin tucked, lowering slowly, one vertebra at a time, all the way to the mat. Arms up overhead, toes point, fingers point, full body stretch. Bring both knees into your chest. Rocking side to side. And forward and back. Finding as many rocks as you like. Being playful. And coming rolling back through center. Extending your left leg long, keeping right knee into your chest. And crossing right knee over to the left side for supine twist. Right arm comes out to a T. Left hand can support your right knee. Gaze can go over to the right. Slowly bringing head back through center, knee back through center. Knee to chest. Both knees come into chest. Extending right leg long, left knee stays close in. And then crossing left knee over to the right. Left arm can come out to a T and gaze can follow as right hand supports left knee. Continuing to connect with your breath. In and out through the nose. Slowly coming back through center. Let's bring both knees in for one more squeeze. And then landing both feet to the earth. Fingertips can brush back of heels. Heels and knees are hips width distance. Lifting your heels, your hips up off of the ground for bridge. Shoulders can cinch together a little closer. You can even find a bind with your fist underneath your hips. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lifting. Exhale to lower. You can find happy baby with hands reaching for the outside of each foot, flat of feet up towards the sky. Or you could find any other movement that is suiting to you in this moment before Shavasana. And when you're ready, arriving in your Shavasana, legs long, arms long by your sides. Letting go of any unresolved thoughts in this moment. Letting them wash away like a wave. Whatever you have brought to the mat in this last hour is exactly as you were intended to arrive. Gently returning to the sounds around you. Returning to the sensation of temperature on your shoulders. And you can return to noticing air filling up your lungs with each breath. Wiggling fingers and toes, finding some small movements to start. Extending arms up overhead, full body stretch, fingers and toes point. Using your arm as support, rolling over to one side, fetal position. Gently pressing yourself up to a seat with soft or closed eyes. One hand to belly, one hand to heart, returning to your breath. We'll take 3 deep breaths together, in through the nose and out with a sigh. Returning to your intention and the kind thoughts you've sent yourself throughout practice. I bring my hands to heart center in deep gratitude to you for being here today and sharing in your practice.
The light student and teacher in me honors and cherishes the light student and teacher in you. Namaste.